As we welcome in Stephanie Yelton, women's head basketball coach, coming off a great season last year. Now you guys are underway. A couple of good road wins for you guys over the weekend.
Oh, it was great getting our team on the road, playing some non-conference opponents, playing teams that are in our region, and then coming back with that 2-0 record is great. Well,
you guys got off to a good start on Friday, picked up a big win, and then you bounced back on Saturday and just walloped Albany State and Fort Valley over the weekend.
Yeah, you know, we had great production from our team. I was pleasantly surprised with our offensive production, scoring in the 80s in both of those games. I wasn't ready for our team to do that. I was pleasantly surprised with that. Again, our defense was very good over the weekend. We held both those teams to 28% from the floor, 21% from the three-point line. So again, a great defensive effort and just good across the board.
Well, obviously, one of the big concerns, the defense is certainly good. You've seen that over the last couple of years. That's really kind of turned into the identity of this team. But then you've had such good point guard play with Alex Coyne now on the coaching staff this year. How do you feel that, Floyd?
Well, right now, Jay Davis is stepping into that starting position from our point guard position. She's a senior in our program. She's been here for 3 years already and excited about that position. We have two other guards that are playing really good minutes for us right now, too. Antoinette Williams, who's a junior college transfer, and then Faith Franklin, who's just a sophomore in our program. So we have three guards we feel very confident about. All three are very good pressure defensive guards. And then offensively, they're coming around. So it's good. I'm excited about what we're going to see in that position.
I know we've talked about it before, getting ready for the season, leading up to it. How do you build on the Elite Eight run last year? But that's just kind of getting it started. That's knocking on the door of where you guys want to be. How do you take the next step this year?
Well, the big thing we keep telling our players is that, it's like driving a car. We can't drive our car and go forward in the direction we want to go in if we're always looking in that rearview mirror and looking back at last season. Now, yes, we want to celebrate that season, and yes, we want to take the good things from that season, continue to grow on them, but we've got to stay focused about this new team and the new elements that we bring to the table. And we've got some good stuff to celebrate with this team.
Talk about some of the new pieces of this team, because there's a lot of youth on this team, but there's a nice mix of experience, and you've also got a lot of depth this year, it seems like, bringing in a lot of transfers.
We do. The one pleasant surprise right now is Haley Neiman. She's a transfer player from Saginaw Valley State. She was the Freshman of the Year 2 years ago in the GLIAC conference, and just has come out on fire these past two games. Courtney Meyer, who was a tremendous asset on defense for us last year, has now come into her own on the offensive end of the court. She averaged a double-double in both those games this weekend. Imani Malmer is in that starting role right now. She's playing tremendous basketball. Shami Goodman, who is a senior in our program this year, is playing great basketball right now and really shooting the ball well. And I just think we've got a lot of good things going on. Well,
you've got a couple of big region games now this week. These region games are pretty important. I know everybody kind of looks at the early season games and think, well, you can get away with some losses. It's still very important.
Now, these are very important. Region games come into conversation at the end of the season when you've put yourself in a position to be in the conversation about the region tournament and making it to the NCAA tournament. So if you're not fortunate, obviously, to win the conference tournament, you want your name in that top 2 and 3 and 4 spot in our region. And the way to get it there is to beat region teams. So I think we've got a good schedule. I think we're playing some good teams. And, we'll see what the outcome will be.